Hey guys, so a couple years ago I found the secret to genuine happiness, and at that time I put it in a video course, online video course, because I wanted to share it with the world. I wanted people that are unhappy, that don't feel good, that feel unsatisfied, to feel happy and to find joy in their life again. But now that I'm on YouTube, I decided to make YouTube videos about it. So this is the first. There might be more coming out, but I think the most important things will be in this video. So if you're unhappy, if you're unsatisfied, if you don't feel good every day, this video is for you. And if you don't believe me that I have the secret to happiness, please watch the full video, follow the advice, and prove me wrong. Or you can do what's maybe even better. You watch the full video course. It's called 7 Days to Happiness. So it's a 7-day course. And try not to get happy. Try not to become a happier person with that. And so you can find that in the description. Anyway, this video is a bit different than the usual videos I make. Usually I talk about beliefs, limiting beliefs, your higher self, about alignment, following your passion, your excitement. But I realized that those things are more advanced stuff, and I think for most of the world, if they would become more happy, that would be the biggest change in their lives. So that's why I'm making this video. So let's just jump right into it. If you feel unhappy right now, if you feel unsatisfied in your life, if you feel negative emotions a lot, I want you to understand this. Happiness is a feeling. Joy is a feeling. Feeling unhappy is a feeling. All of these are emotions, right? You feel it in your body. And if you experience feeling a lot of negative emotions throughout the day and consistently, you will consider yourself an unhappy person, right? A person that's unsatisfied, because most of the time you are feeling negative emotions. Most of the time you're feeling bad. You're not feeling good. But if you would be able to switch that around, right? If you would suddenly feel positive emotions most of the time, emotions like empowerment, faith, confidence, happiness, joy. If you would suddenly feel these kinds of emotions consistently and every day, and more often than the negative emotions, suddenly you would consider yourself a happy person. You would, on average, feel good, right? And so the important thing here, that's the secret I'm going to share right now, is whether you're happy or unhappy, whether you feel good or bad, has nothing to do with what you have in your life. It doesn't have to do with your circumstances. It doesn't have to do with how much money you have, what kind of job you have, what kind of relationships you have. It has to do with your thoughts. Whatever you're feeling, negative emotions or positive emotions, is a consequence of a thought that you were having, a thought that you focused on, a thought that you entertained. And so if you're in your life, you're feeling a lot of negative emotions throughout the day, guess what? It means you're thinking and focusing on a lot of negative thoughts, right? So let me give you an example. Maybe you're an unhappy person, but you know someone who's a happy person. If they don't know the information of this video, they're going to be happy as long as the circumstances in their life are the way they want them to be. But the moment that it will shift, and maybe some things will happen to them that they don't like, trust me, they will start focusing on the negative things as well, and that person will not be a happy person anymore. But the secret is to realize that it's not about what you have, it's not about the outside, it's only about the thoughts that you're entertaining. And so no matter what's happening in your life, you can be a very happy person, a genuinely happy person, full of joy. Yeah, so your thoughts cause your emotions. A happy person thinks a lot of positive and feels a lot of positive emotions throughout the day consistently, right? So how can you become happy? how can you, well, if you listen to me, you probably already know it. So it's about your thoughts. If you would find a way to shift your thoughts, and you would stop focusing on thoughts that make you feel bad, and you would start focusing on thoughts that make you feel good, you would feel happier most of the time, right? By the way, here's the thing. You're thinking thousands and thousands of thoughts every day, and most people don't even know it. So how can you become happy? Step 1, you need to become aware of the thoughts that you're thinking every day. So in the back of your mind, every day, you have thoughts, thousands and thousands of thoughts. If you would start meditating, if you would start to become conscious of the thoughts going on in your mind, you would start to become aware of all the thoughts that you're thinking. So you raise your awareness, right? And then also, you can start to realize that you're having a lot of negative thoughts in there. You have a lot of negative thoughts every single day. Step 2, throughout the day, you're still realizing your thoughts, but now you notice whenever you're feeling a negative emotion, whenever you feel bad throughout the day, and you take a mental pause and you ask yourself, what kind of thought was I focusing on that made me feel this way, right? So I told you about the mechanism that your thoughts create your emotions. Well, then it means every time you feel bad throughout the day, it means that there was some kind of thought you focused on that made you feel that, right? So I want you to recognize this mechanism throughout your day, throughout your daily life. What kind of thought made you feel that way? What thought did you focus on that made you feel bad, that made you feel afraid, doubtful, whatever? And I want you to do that every time that you feel bad, that you feel a negative emotion. And then step 3, so step 1 was becoming aware of your thoughts. Step 2 was becoming aware of that mechanism. Thoughts cause emotions. And step 3 is to shift the thoughts that you focus on, right? So let's say you would find a way to shift your thoughts in a way that you think more positive thoughts, that you focus on positive thoughts. What would that do for you? It would make you feel more positive emotions, right? And so there's different tools that you can use. One of the tools I want to share with you right now is called thought pivoting. What it is whenever you realize that you were focusing on a thought that made you feel a negative emotion, right? So you focused on something you don't want, you focused on an outcome that you don't want in your thoughts. I want you to flip that around, and I want you to ask yourself, what do I want in this situation when it comes to this? What would be the positive outcome? What kind of thought would make you, would empower you, would make you feel good? What do you want to happen in this situation, right? So before you were focusing on what you don't want. Now, I want you to focus on what you want. And it sounds very simple, but this will completely change your life. This will make you feel happy if you do these 3 things, right? So meditate, become conscious of your thoughts throughout the day. Step 2, every time you feel a negative emotion, ask yourself, what kind of thought was I focusing on here, right? And step 3, realize that you were focusing on something you don't want, and ask yourself, what do I want out of this situation? What would be the positive, empowering thought here? And focus on that one instead as it comes up. So as you, throughout the day, when you feel bad and you find out what thought you were focusing on, you switch that around, you pivot to the positive version of that thought, to one that makes you feel good, and you keep going on with your day. And so you do that every time that you feel a negative emotion throughout the day. And as this becomes a habit, and as you see the process work for you, as you see how changing your thought makes you feel good instead, this will make you feel more positive emotions every day consistently. It will make you focus on positive thoughts every day consistently. And it will make you into a person that is happy, that is full of joy. That's it for today's video. I hope and I trust that you understood what I wanted to tell you. Obviously, I try to put a lot of information in a short video. But yeah, if you want more content like this, follow the channel. Like I said, the link to the video course, the 7 days to happiness video course, is going to be in the description. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.